What's up, guys? Happy Monday afternoon. Thanks for joining the stream. B2, good to see you. Bug Eater, good to see you. You guys are having a good Monday. And yeah, Sapper, how you doing? Thanks for joining. Gonna be flying the AFM M20R, the G1000 version, which is the Ovation 3. Just got a new update. Actually, this is an alpha update that the folks gave me a copy of to check out. Gonna be available in the coming weeks, they said. So look forward to that. But some pretty cool additions to the G1000. Just want to show you, and we're gonna take her on a little bit of a flight here in Hawaii. One of my favorite places to fly. Right now we're at Port Allen, so we're going to go from one end of the island chain to the other, and should be fun. Should be fun. So anyway, just have to check a text there, but I'm amazed at the frame rates I'm getting right now. I know I'm trying not to be a frame rate rat, you know, but right now in VR I'm getting 60 frames per second at this outside view, which is really pretty good. And you're going to get higher frame rates in Hawaii because just because you're you know, surrounded by water, so there's a lot less things to draw, so your frame rates are going to be better. But hold on, a million texts right now. Anyway, so so thanks for joining, and oh, Jarrett, how you doing, man? What's up with you? Gonna go over the let's see, gonna go over the plan here, and jeez. All right, so here we go. A little bit of zigzagging through the islands. We're going to start at Port Allen. We're also going to make a first stop at Kalalaua. Hope I pronounced that. Kalalaua. If I pronounced that correctly. And then we'll zigzag our way past Maui and Molokai and through Lanai, and we're going to end up at here at what is this? Opulu. Been here before, so it's about 240 miles in the MR20. Kind of a long trip, but we'll get there. Pretty quick plane, can fly at about 170, 180 knots, which is pretty nice. So anyway, let's see what we got here. We got 3 passengers at Port Allen and 3 passengers that we're going to take to PHGR, so we'll make a little bit of money there. And then from PHGR to PHUP, another 3 passengers. So not a big assignment here. Let me just get my Chrome back on here. Oh, you guys can't see the right. You're not seeing the right Chrome window. Hold on a second here. Let me just fix that. There you go. All right, so here's here's the flight plan. All right, you can see as we zigzag through the islands from one end of the island chain to the other. And as I said, we pick up 3 passengers. We're at Port Allen now, and we'll bring those 3 passengers to John Rogers, and then we'll take those. Then we'll pick up 3 more passengers at John Rogers, and we'll head to Opulu, about 240 miles. Not a huge moneymaker for VR aviation, but nonetheless fun flying the Mooney Bravo. You see, this plane in Hawaii has not been rented since September 30th of 2017. So there is a Mooney in Hawaii if you guys want to fly one, which is kind of cool. In any event, that's the plan, and should be fun. Yeah, I have an SR20 for sale in Hawaii, Sapper. Did test flight with the PMDG DC-6B and VR today, sustained 55 to 64 frames per second, and it was great. Awesome. Cool. Sounds good, man. All right, we're going to go cold and dark on this little plane, and one of the things that AFM added is a checklist, which is kind of cool. So let me get in the plane here. Well, actually, let's do a walk around first. Might as well. We can do that. So we get up closer. We got our wheel chocks on. We're tie down, so everything looks good. Let's check the. Let's go to the wing here and check the fuel level on the wing. Oh, that's not. Oh, we didn't load the fuel up yet because I didn't load up FSEconomy. There's our elevators. Let's see, our rudders okay. Ailerons are okay. Let's go over this side here. Make sure this aileron's okay. Rudder's okay. Beautiful. And you can see we've got the VR Aviation colors. Actually, thanks to AFM for doing this livery. They did a wonderful job incorporating the VR Aviation logos and stuff. Looks really, really cool. We can close these now. Get a bit close here. Okay, we can close this one. All right, and we're going to assume everything is cool with the plane. Let's hop in this baby and get her off the ground, get her started and off the ground. So first thing we want to do is turn on the master and initializing the system. See your Garmin right there coming up here. I'm going to have to, give me 1 second here. I'm going to fix this here. So I can see chat. Oops. Someone just subscribed and I missed it. Hold on. Mickey Tidy, thank you very much for a subscription, man. I really appreciate that. Thanks. All right, let me get. Oh yeah, the textures are really, really great in this plane. Really a wonderful plane. Let me get this thing on here. All right, so we got the Laminar G1000 in this plane. And what we have now is two new things. We got checklists, which is cool, and we have an engine status, which is cool. So that's with the new alpha update. So if you own this plane, you'll be getting this fairly soon. And so we can take our checklist here. Let's see, we want alternator static air off, or alternate static air off. Assume that ignition switch to off. Where's the ignition switch? Over there. Okay, key is to off. Circuit breakers are all on. Master switch is on. Fuel quantity, we'll check that. Once the battery, it will check that. Pitot heat is neutral. Trim neutral. Flaps down. Yep. Lights check. Boost pump check. Annunciator panel test. Let's hit that test and see what happens. There we go. That's good. Okay. And master switch off. Well, we have it on now, so we're going to start the plane. So we go to the next. Oops. Starting engines, normal propeller level forward. And throttle 3/4. Mixture. Let's see. Mixture full rich. Boost pump on. Let's see. Propeller area clear. Clear prop. And mixing switch both. Starter engage. Mixture rich. Throttle. Okay, so we're going to go down to here. And we're going to turn the switch to start. We'll see a little smoke come out of there. That's kind of cool. Okay. They fixed the idle, too. Before there was an idle issue. If you pulled the throttle all the way back, the plane would, the engine would go down below idle and it would stall. So they fixed that, which is nice. All right, so that's all started up. We've got, let me get my autopilot. Well, let me go to the next thing here. This is one thing I wrote about this today. What I hate about, I love the G1000, don't get me wrong, but it is so sensitive. The knobs are so sensitive. All right, static air off, gear selection down, ignition switch, we got that, all that stuff done. Oh, we did all that. Okay, let me just see what's next here. Pre-flight. Okay, now one thing I don't know how to do is go to the next level of the checklist, so I'll have to check with AFM on how to do that. But anyway, let's exit that. And let's see, we get our pitot heat. We probably don't really need that because we're in Hawaii. Alternator on. Okay. And batteries on 1. And we're good to go. Okay, so we're going to get our flight plan. Let me get my flight plan loaded here. So flight plan, menu, delete flight plan. You can see it's so sensitive. And I'm going to go like this. And I have my flight plan all loaded up in there. I'm going to hit enter. And if I look at the flight plan, there it is. Our first leg takes us to Napula. All right, so that's all good to go. Go to menu. We want track up. All right, on the GPS. I like to have flight plan right there on the inset. Inset's there. Let's get our transponder. Squawk and altitude at 1200. Now, actually, the plane now does have control of the yoke on both the Ovation 2 and Ovation 3, which is great. But I don't use that because I have a yoke, so I'm going to get rid of that yoke. I can actually do this and get rid of the yoke, I think. Can I? No? Oh, hold on. I thought I can get rid of the yoke. I guess I can't. Oh, well. Okay. So, we should be good to go there. Let's check one thing. Hold on one second, guys. All right, so, not like real life, hating on the Sim 2, you can feel the clicks on the G1000. Yeah, you can feel it, but it's so sensitive. So, like, when you try to enter flight plans in the G1, the Laminar G1000, it's just so damn sensitive. It's really, really difficult to control. So, in any event, we're good to go here. I'm not going to fly too high. Let's set our altitude to let's go 2,000. Altitude 2,000.
Altitude 2,000 feet.
Okay, so I'm going to go flight director. And I want nav. Follow the nav, and I'm going to go vertical speed, and we're going to climb at 500 feet per minute. Now you have to be careful with this plane. You don't want to be going. I think it's 180 or 185 knots. Because if you do that, you won't. It will continue to climb when you get past your altitude to basically avoid overspeeding. Okay, so you want to maintain. You keep your RPMs lower, so you're probably around 140, 150 knots, no more than that. So you'll continue a solid climb there. Hey, Zulu, I guess that couldn't pronounce that. Zulu 1337. Thanks for the follow. Appreciate that. All right, so we're good to go here, and you can see up the upper left-hand corner, that's ForeFlight. So you're getting the same information that I'm using during this flight. And with planes like this that have really good frame rates, I'm able to do that. So pretty cool. All right, so let's Let's get over to our taxi to our runway here. Oh, did I get rid of all my tie downs? Yeah, I did. I guess they got removed automatically. See that rudder looking good. Yeah, thankfully they got removed automatically. Yeah, I wonder why that test panel is still lit up there. I hit the test. Yeah, it's weird. Oh, I know what I need to do. FSEconomy. So FSEconomy, I've got 70 gallons of fuel, so let me get that loaded up. Annunciator panel was showing me low fuel, and now that should be fixed. Yep. So what else we got? Pitot heat and boost pump are on. Okay, good. Could turn the boost pump off. And we're in Hawaii, for crying out loud, so I don't think we need pitot heat. We're not going to be flying that high here. Oh, they don't get removed on the bell? Okay, yeah. Thankfully, the developer has a sense for making sure those are removed automatically. All right, we're going to get rid of this master. Oh, crap. There's a situation where I use the laser and hit the wrong thing. All right, let me make sure everything is set up here again. Menu, track up, flight plan, we're good there. Make sure everything's good to go here. Yes, we're good to go. All right. You got to watch your laser. You got to watch your laser. All right. I really do like the ground handling with this plane. It's a great plane. This is a great plane. I'm giving one away, so check out my YouTube channel. There's a video on there. There's an easy way to just enter it for free, and the contest ends on the 15th. So if you want to win one of these planes, you got a chance to win one. All right, here we go. We're going to be
approaching runway 27.
Taking off 27.
Entered runway 27. 2,000 feet remaining.
We're going to have to spin around here, but again, we got to make sure we watch our. We have to make sure we watch our speed. All right. So let me get myself lined up here properly. Good to go. Here we go. And release. This flaps, got one notch of flaps in there. And looking for about 60 knots and rotate. All right, a little off the mark there. All right, good. Flaps up. Gear up. Got a full load, 3 people and 70 gallons of gas, so it's going to take a little bit to climb out of here. And let's get that autopilot on. Oops. Autopilot on. We should climb nicely up to 2,000 feet while we take in the beautiful Hawaiian shoreline. nice. Laminar did a nice job with this G1000, that's for sure. And this is a really nice implementation of it. Now here's a new feature. We can go over here and check our engine parameters. So we've got manifold pressure, we've got the RPM, we got oil pressure, we've got oil temperature, which are both in the green, fuel flow, fuel capacity, which is nice, status of your flaps, your rudder, and your elevator trim, and it also gives you some fuel calculations, engine hours. That's nice to have. I'm liking that. I love having the engine hours. Your temperature. So once we trim this thing out a little bit here, if we start to trim this out here, you can see our fuel flow going down here. I'm going to lower that. I don't want to climb too fast here. You can lower our the EGTs come up. There you go. We're just getting more efficient, lean burn here. So and a better fuel flow. And there we go. Very nice job on that engine parameters. Easy to see from, just I don't have to lean in to see it. I could just basically sit back here and get a really, really good view of it. So nice job on that. All right. Let's get myself centered here. Yeah, this is the update that Coop was talking about. Yep, the alpha update. I'm going to go over that in a second here once I get to cruising altitude. But yeah, it's got some nice capabilities. Now we should come down here and pick up 2,000 feet. What's great about advanced flight modeling is they're always updating their planes. Hey, Low Scotsman. Is it Lois Scotsman? Lois Scotsman. Hard to see in VR. Thanks for joining. Appreciate it. All right, we're coming up to 2,000 here. Beautiful Hawaiian scenery. A lot of wing surface on this plane. Very wide wing surface, like short, stumpy kind of wings, All right, we're at 2,000 nicely. We're going to get our speed up a little bit. We'll get her flying at about 100, and we'll go, why don't we fly about 170? Iowa, the state. Yes, gotcha, dude. Yeah, it was hard to see the purple.
Flight 209er, clear for vector 324.
We have clearance, Clarence. Roger, roger. What's our vector, Victor?
And Best Danny 90, thanks for the follow. Appreciate that. Yeah, it's hard to see the purple in VR in the chat window that I have there. All right, let's pull this back here. Fly at about 175. I want to make sure that I've got the fuel tanks on. There's a parameter in the menu system that allows you to automatically use both fuel tanks. I want to make sure I'm doing that. Once I get my speed all set there, and let me get to here, and air settings, auto switch full tank. Gotta make sure that's on. Yeah, there's a setting in the 2D menu that allows you to auto switch the fuel tanks. You want to make sure you set those, otherwise it's a pain in the neck to go down there. All right, so lovely plane, love the updates. This is I'm going to be doing a VR review of this plane, okay? But I will tell you, it's one of the sexiest planes in VR, GA planes that I've seen. It really is. Everything pops out at you, easily read, easily controlled. In fact, let me go up here and get my my strobe lights are on. My nav lights are on. Beacon light should be on. Taxis are off and landings are off. Uh-oh, I think I might be missing something here. For some reason, this is not. Do I have to turn this on? Oh, there you go. That was probably part of the checklist, right? Turn that on. So, hey, Crash, hey, thanks for joining, man. Appreciate that. So I've got to figure out in the checklist if we go to where is it now? Doesn't give us the checklist anymore. That's odd. Let's see. Oh, that's cool. Let's check this out here. So what we can do is here is it shows you fuel remaining and range. So we've got 891 miles. Oh, that's reset fuel. Okay, gotcha. Nice. Nice to have that information. You've got that on the SR20, which is great. Yeah, so I don't understand why. I have to check with Coop to find out why we can't get to the checklist now. Should be able to, so that maybe that's something that to fix. You got to remember, this is alpha. So I've got an early release of it, so I'm sure by the time it comes out, everything will be cool with it. And doing 173, let's get that up a little bit here. Beautiful. All right, cool. Well, thanks for checking out this stream. Kind of an impromptu Monday afternoon stream, if you will. Let me get to the outside here. You can see this plane outside. Here's the VR Aviation logo. Nice. All right, so what I wanted to talk about was, yeah, it's a great livery. They did a nice job on that. So a couple things. So the C-172 livery contest for VR Aviation got a couple of entries. Get those into me today if you want to be part of that. And we'll take a look at it and we'll judge the winner. Also, I'm giving away the Mooney M20R, so check my YouTube page, my YouTube channel, Bambino Games. If you want to enter to win this plane that I'm flying right here, and when you get this plane, you get 2 copies. You get the the Ovation 2, which is the analog version, and you get the Ovation 3, which is the version I'm flying now that has the G1000. All right, so let's talk about let me get my Chrome window up here. So let's talk about what you get in this release. Here we go. So as Coop said, we're proud to announce a new aircraft joining the M20 family, the M20TN Acclaim Type S. Another free inclusion to existing customers, which is great. Aircraft will feature great features you love. The MR Aviation 3 package will now include 3 aircraft: the Acclaim, the Ovation 2, and the Ovation 3. Expect to see insane screenshots in the next few weeks, and the release to follow. So they're working on having this Acclaim be part of this. You buy this, you get this Acclaim as well, which is really a great deal. You're getting 3 planes, right? Ovation 2 and 3, you're going to be seeing big update in the coming week. This is version 2.1. A Mac compatibility for Mac players. custom G1000 overlays for the Ovation 3, which is the engine page, warnings, and checklists. And so I'm sure they're still working on that. Custom menus, aircraft settings, checklists, custom load management, improved sounds, nice. Aviation 2 and 3 with specific manuals, full VR compatibility for the 2, which includes, so basically you'll be able to control it with the yoke. Improved system simulation, master warning, electrical, battery, alternator, and gyro, and fixed reported bugs. So continuing to work on this wonderful plane to fly, and again, looking forward to getting this finalized, and can't wait to see that acclaim Type S. That should be pretty cool too. So that's what's coming with the AFM M20R. Thinking whoever wins the contest in FSC, I'll buy them that plane as well. Oh, so basically you're gonna buy the person who wins the contest. You're gonna buy him a Cessna 172. Okay, that's fine. That's fine. I think we only have 2 entries right now. That's really great, Sapper. Thank you very much. So you'll get 20. Oh, you'll buy him the M20. Wait. Whoever wins your okay, so I'm confused, dude. So which contest are you talking about? Oh, I see what you're saying. Whoever wins the actual M20 from AFM, you'll buy them one in FSC. That's really nice of you, dude. Thanks, man. I got you. All right, so there you go, guys. So to add to the giveaway, if you win my giveaway, which AFM is sponsoring, and you win the M20, Sapper has offered to buy you an M20 Ovation Bravo, or I guess it's a M20 Bravo in FSC, so you'll be able to fly it in FSC, which is awesome. Thanks, Sapper. That's great, man. Appreciate that. Cool. Well, that sweetens the pot. Maybe I'll win it. No, I'm just kidding. Because I've actually been thinking about buying this plane. I've been thinking about buying this plane, and I might do that. I love this shot here, the follow shot. Isn't that cool? Nice. Yeah, sorry, I was a little confused there. Didn't they do a great job with that livery? That's awesome, man. If you want this livery, you can go to AFM's website and look for their extra liveries, and it's included there. You just have to scroll down, you'll find it. You can download it for free. They've got a bunch of liveries that you can get for free. Yeah, $350K to $400K. That's great, man. Well, in FSE dollars. That's very kind of Sapper to do that. Well done, Sapper. Appreciate that. So yeah, so that's cool. All right, so the other thing I wanted to talk about was probably tomorrow afternoon you'll be seeing a review of the Telluride custom scenery, which is available on X-Plane.org. It's $20. It's by a guy by the name of Xcoder. Did a really nice job of Telluride, Colorado. If you want to check that out there, but I'll be doing I did a VR review of it, and I got to tell you, it's really impressive what this developer has done with the Telluride. If you don't know about Telluride, it's KTEX in Colorado. It's a beautiful airport in the middle of the Rockies where you fly into this plateau, and it's a real scenic place to fly. Pretty cool. But yeah, and this guy did a custom scenery for it, custom runway, terminal building, a bunch of other stuff. And there's actually 2 scenes. You get autumn and you get winter, and I'll show you both in this video. So that video should be probably dropping tomorrow afternoon. You can check that out, and it'll show you, take you on a tour of that scenery, which is awesome. And I'm going to be doing a new feature, a new series called Patterns at Cool Airports, or something along those lines, where I'm going to be basically just going on Pilot Edge and doing pattern work at really cool airports. And Telluride will probably be the first one I do. You know, things like Catalina, St. Bart's, Princess Juliana, places like that. I plan on just going there and just doing some patterns and, you know, showing people what the scenery looks like. So anyway, check out that Telluride review tomorrow afternoon, a sneak peek. I'll tell you, I really do like it. And full disclosure, they did give me an evaluation copy, but I will tell you, even so, I would spend $20 on it. It's if you like that airport, it's worth the $20. And the frame rates in VR were excellent. So I think it's like buildings in 10 square miles they did. So he did something like that. So it's pretty impressive. So nice work. So look for that. And also, if you know SimPilot13, he's on Twitch. He's got a Discord. He's doing a group flight, a Hawaii group flight on Pilot Edge on March 24th. I believe it's March 24th at 1 p.m. Eastern. But check out his Discord or check out his Twitch channel if you want to learn more about that. I'll probably be flying in that. It's a GA group flight. All you need to do is be part of Pilot Edge, and you can join in on that. If you're not part of Pilot Edge, you can get a 2-week free trial to be part of that. But in any event, that should be a lot of fun. I believe it's March 24th at 1 p.m. So make sure you check that out. All right, cool. So those are some of the announcements I wanted to talk about. Oh, the other thing is, last thing. Sorry. Speaking of SimPilot, he did a custom livery for VR Aviation. You can check it out on X-Plane.org. Did a really nice job for the B1900D. So make sure you check that out and see he's got the logo on the seat backs, which is pretty cool. Really nice work. So free to download. 66 people have downloaded so far, so make sure you check that out too. All right. Thanks to SimPilot for doing that. Oh yes, that's right. He mentioned that he wasn't going to be doing CTAF. He said you could if you'd like to, but it's more just for fun, maybe for some formation flying. Keep it really simple and just keep it, super fun. So I think I'll probably, if I do join in on that, I'll probably fly the SR-20 because I like flying that plane in Hawaii. So, or maybe I'll fly this plane. We shall see. It'll be either one of those two. So. Oops, crap. Am I married to left? Not sure what you mean there, dude. Oh. Okay, you're talking to somebody else. I'm like, what? You probably still do CTAF for the practice. Yeah, that's cool to do. I like doing CTAF for the practice. Let's get inside this cockpit. Yeah, it looks so cool flying along there. I love how, if I zoom in here, I love how you can look in the cockpit and see the MFD and the PFD. Pretty cool. All right, let's check our engine status here. Everything looking good. Got good fuel burn. Tanks look like they're evening out. Plenty of fuel. But I do wish I had those checklists. I'm gonna have to check with Coop to see what's up with those checklists, because maybe I'm doing something incorrectly. Oh, you'll probably be flying this plane. Yeah, I tell you, a lot of people are saying good things about this plane. I think it's an awesome plane. And full disclosure, AFM gave me one of these planes, so I appreciate them sponsoring that, and it's great that they did that, and it's great that they're sponsoring the giveaway. But I will tell you that it's an awesome plane. They did a really nice job. And what's great about it, it's like the V-Flight Air SR20. These guys are dedicated to making sure it's solid, and that their customers are happy, and that the plane is, you know, study level. And that's what we want, you know, right down to the rivets and the dirt and the grease inside the plane. Pretty cool. I don't think I've ever gone in the back. Let me see if I can go in the back here. Oops. Here's a nice long cockpit view. I like the carpeting too. You know, listen, Carinado makes some very eye candy pleasing planes, but I'm more about the realistic aspects of these planes. You know, I've never flown a plane before in my life, but I've flown a lot of planes in VR and a lot of planes in the simulator. And, you know, this one is one of the most responsive and seems to be the most realistic I've flown. That SR20, it would be right up there too. And one of our VR Aviation members, M9 Aviation, he flies SR20s, and he has said the SR20 is realistic. I think he flew this plane too, was really happy about it too. So it's great when a real pilot, you know, kind of gives you that feedback, which is really good, really cool. What's the cruise speed of this plane? I think it's like around 175, 180. I mean, you're in the yellow here at 180, so I mean, we could go up to 180. You know, you love a plane where you get the sense that you're actually in the plane. I mean, if you look at the speedometer there, it doesn't want you to go much above 180. So it's probably where we'll fly it. Speedometer, airspeed indicator. I called it a speedometer. Come on, it's not a speedometer. Now, in these open water flights, you want to make sure that you have your emergency flotation devices, especially in a little plane like this, you know. You've got no place to land it. No place to land it. So are all the Oculus Rift users in chat all up and running with the new fix? I know a couple of people were having some problems. Hopefully, I think Fergus was actually one of the guys on VR Aviation, said he was having some problems. I think he fixed his issues. Hope you guys are all up and running with the new stuff. PA Fibs, how you doing? Is that Phil Fibs from YouTube? The guy who always comments on my YouTube videos? Is that you? All fun on your end, Mikey? That's good. I'm glad to hear that. Yeah, I didn't have any problems with the update. Went pretty smoothly. Paul, sorry. Yeah, I thought it was Phil. Paul, yes. Cool. Well, thanks for joining. Yeah, you were asking about where to catch these streams live. What time is it for you? It must be. Is it like 3 o'clock in the morning for you? YouTube fan. Well, I appreciate your support on YouTube, man. Thank you very much. Oh, you have the Twitch app on your phone? Awesome. Yeah, Twitch is a great. It's 6:30. Yeah, I had my times messed up. I always think like India and Asia, a lot of the Asian countries is an 11-hour flip, right? So you're 6:39. That's not too bad. So you're getting ready for your day. That's not too bad. We're just flying the AFM M20R Ovation 3 with G1000 in it. And where are you, MK? So MK, you must be in like Asia somewhere, right? Are you in India? Malaysia. All right, cool. Gotcha. The sounds of this plane are awesome. Just finished up your work and catching some stream. Awesome, man. Well, appreciate that. MK, I think you're like a top contender right now in the pilot contest. For those of you who don't know, if you're part of VR Aviation Group, we have a monthly contest where the top 3 pilots win a nice chunk of money. When we say top 3 pilots, it's in terms of gross assignment revenue. So the top 3 people that bring in gross assignment revenue have a chance to win 10%, 6%, and 4% of the net assignment income. So after expenses and stuff. Last month, I think Erasmus got like 175,000, something like that. So it's a pretty chunky prize. So if you're part of VR Aviation, you got a chance to win that. Now, the Dirts, who just joined there, hello, the Dirts, how you doing? He's the leader of John Fly's group, Snack Air. He's the top pilot over there. So it's a pleasure to have the Dirts in chat. How you doing? You can't hear sound on well, if you hear my voice, then the sound is not very loud. I don't have the airplane very loud because I don't want it to overpower things. You're not happy with your profit percentage. Yeah, you've got to. The main thing to do there is the booking fees, and basically you have to limit the number of green assignments. If you've got more than 5 green assignments, you start to pay booking fees, and that just eats into your profit. So you look for assignments that have multiple people, and you can cut down on the booking fees, pretty much. The Dirts is the leader of FSE more than likely. Yeah, it might be. I mean, he flies his butt off. And Red Harley? Oh, Red Harley boy, how you doing? Good to see you, man. I missed you up there. Good to see you. No, that's okay, the Dirts. You're a good contributor to the chat and to the group, and we know that you straddle 2 groups, and that's fine. And you put your time in for John Fly and Snack Air. I get it. You got that big fancy website, and all those fancy schmancy reports, and that's okay. It's okay. Us little guys over here, we're chugging away. We were number 2. I think, weren't we number 2? I think. I'm happy with number 2. Sometimes it's okay to be number 2. But anyway, it's all in good fun. FSC just gives, gives us a cool reason to fly, which is great, So I was talking to one of our execs, Mike. For those who don't know, basically Sapper, myself, and Mike, who's N1316MC and Boeing engineer in Twitch here. We're kind of the exec team of VR Aviation, and Mike and I were chatting today about, if you know about the FBO lotteries, the FSE puts up FBOs that are dormant for a certain period of time for a lottery, right? And the way it works is you go in the lottery and you purchase a ticket, and if you purchase a ticket, you've got a chance to win the FBO. Well, you know, some of these tickets are like $450,000, you know, FSE dollars. And if you purchase a ticket, you have to pay that. You lose that money. That money is gone. It seems a little excessive to me. Like, I think they should change the way they do it. Like, I think what they should do is, I was in my airport. Let me land here. All right, let me get my, I just turned off autopilot. And we're going to have to get mixture in, so gump. So gas is in, undercarriage is down, just put the wheels down. Mixture is in, and prop is good. So just slow this plane down quite a bit here. I don't want to put any flaps in yet, but should be okay. All right, we got 3 green. Well, 1 green. Indication you get is gear down, so let's get that. All right, let me get my 1 notch of flaps there.
$500.
Thank you. I'll continue my rant about the FBO lottery in a second, once I get this plane on the ground here. 2 notches of flaps. Get that trim up a little bit, get that nose up. Get that ocean breeze, although we don't have any breeze on here. Got to cut those trees down, boys. Flare it up. And our arrival. Nice, easy down. Beautiful. Now we're just gonna hang right here on the runway. Since our next waypoint is ahead. Set parking brake.
Parking brake set.
All right, let me get FSEconomy. All right, we'll finish that flight. You guys can't see this, but yeah, I thought that was a pretty nice landing. We still got 62 gallons of fuel to go 139, so we should be just fine there. So I'm going to start that up. Got our 3 passengers. We are en route to Apulu. Yeah, I thought that was pretty cool. I'm not going to disrupt the flight here since we're doing 2 hops to do a replay there, but I was pretty happy with that. All right, so we're all set here to, we got to get our next waypoint. Good to go. All right, so let me get my power up here. Oh wait, hold on. Gotta set our flight director. So flight director, we want it on nav. We're gonna climb to 3,000 again, so we'll go vertical speed. We'll go 500, and then we'll pop autopilot on once we take off. Beautiful.
Flight 209er, clear for vector 324.
We have clearance, Clarence.
Yeah, thank you. I
Roger,
thought that was a
Roger.
pretty
What's our
fancy
vector,
one.
Victor?
You guys have the fancy website. We don't have a fancy website yet. All right, full power there. Let me get my trim set properly here. All right, good to go. Release those brakes. Watch that P factor. We're picking up the next GPS waypoint. There we go. And rotate. Wheels up. Flaps up. Fly that runway heading. And then we'll turn that autopilot on and pick up our route to Opulu. Autopilot on.
Autopilot on.
You guys have Snack Air's got a nice website. You guys didn't whoever did that did a nice job with that. We're actually we've been thinking about doing one too. It is nice to have that for the members to be able to see where their standings are and stuff. But it takes some time, and it's all volunteer, right? So it's gotta hope people volunteer to do. We do have a couple of folks in the group. I'm sure that you guys do that are good with coding and stuff. Look at that shoreline, man. It looks awesome. Look at that logo right out there on the tip of that wing. All right, coming up to 160 knots. We'll keep it right there for our climb to 2,000. Slow climb to 2,000. Uh-oh. Something's wrong with our flight plan there. Let me just see something here. All right, so there's a bug for, there's a thing for Coop to fix. So the flight plan's fine here, but if I turn the flight plan on, the inset here, it's not updated. So that's something they've got to fix. Let's see. The competition gets out of hand. It's addictive. Yeah, I know what you're saying. I know what you're saying. That's kind of why I take myself out of our monthly contests. One is, I'm basically running the group, so I don't want to have a conflict of interest in any way. But the main thing is like, I just want to fly, I just want to fly. You think it's their website gobbling up all the FSE dub connections and bringing it down? Yeah, right. You don't think the group should have leaders? Yeah, I know what you're saying, because not everybody has that kind of time, and like in our group, Erasmus, I hope I pronounced that right, Erasmus. He flies his ass off, and actually he won the contest 2 months in a row. He decided to take himself out of the running to give someone else a shot, John Fly, how you doing? Thanks for joining the stream, man. Appreciate it. Were your ears ringing? Because we were talking about Snack Air and your fancy schmancy website. It actually looks really cool. It really does look cool. A fun service executive. Spy in the camp, yeah. That's why John flies here. He wants to win the Mooney that I'm giving away on my YouTube channel, Bambino Games. That's sponsored by AFM. Thanks very much to Coop and the AFM guys. But yeah, so John Fly, you probably heard about the new 2.1 version of AFM that AFM's coming out with for the Moonies, the Ovation 2, 3, and also they're adding the, what's it called? Can't remember what the hell it's called. It is called the Acclaim Type S. So they're adding the Acclaim Type S to the group, to their to that package. So if you already have the Ovation 2 and 3, you get the Acclaim. It's nice. Yeah, the changes are, I'll show you right here. You've got the engine information, which is really nicely done. Looks very similar to V-Flight Air's SR20, except, you know, the temperature information is a lot bigger, just easier to see, especially in VR, but very nicely done. It does have checklists, which I had up before, but apparently checklists aren't working now, so I think they've got something to correct there, but it's got checklists. I was only able to get pre-flight and engine start, so I think they're still working on that, but pretty nice. Yeah, so you've got electrical, you've got fuel calculation, which is, I love to have that. Your temperature, which actually I should be leaning this plane out here, flying, just guzzling gas. Should save some gas here. There you go. And you've got your flap indicator, your elevator trim indicator, and rudder indicator all in there. Nicely done. Oh, I just saw something that says lean. That's weird. But give you up close. Go to here. If you go to right there, you can see you've got your fuel calculations, which is awesome to have. Yeah, I think it's great. I think it's great for him too, because you know, he gets really good feedback. And you know what I love about these guys is that they have a genuine interest in continuous improvement. And you know, let's face it, they're developing something that's really complicated here. This isn't easy to do, right? It takes, you know, some of these planes take a year to develop, right? The flight characteristics, the system modeling, all that takes a lot of programming. And the fact that these guys are sticking with it, they're not just throwing something out there and saying buy it like some other companies do. You know, the fact that they're interested in feedback and they want to improve their product is really refreshing. And it's, you know, for me, if I'm going to shell out $35, that's what I'm looking for. Like with V-Flight Air, I was mentioning this before, the SR20. They do the same thing. They're coming out with a 2.0 that's going to be VR compatible and have some fixes to their G1000, and they're trying to constantly improve that plane. It's a winner because of that. Not only is it fun to fly and it's a nice plane, it's a really cool plane, but it makes it even more of a winner because of that support behind it, which is great. Any word on the cockpit texture? With this plane here, I'm not sure what you're asking me, Jarrett. The cockpit textures here are just fine. Are you talking about the SR20? So yeah, in any event, that was my little bit of rant on why I love these smaller developers that, you know, they're up and coming, but they're trying to take care of their customers, which is what you want, right? You want customer satisfaction. Super important. So anyway, back to my rant on FBO auctions in FSC. So it's pretty amazing. Like, I was looking at the list today, and there was one airport in France, I think it was, that if you wanted to bid on this airport, it's going to cost you 450,000 FSC dollars, win or lose. So you buy a ticket, you're paying 450 for that ticket. You don't win it, that 450 goes into the ether. I'm not sure I agree with that. I don't think that's the way to do it. I think the way to do it is sell lottery tickets for like $5,000 or something like that. And if you win it, you pay a reasonable price for the FBO. I think that's how they should do it. So you found that some developers like Coop to be very open and constructive feedback, and others no name. Yeah, right. Exactly. Exactly. I'm not going to name names, but there are even some smaller developers that are like that. They're dismissive. They don't want to hear that they have a problem. In particular with VR, like there's this one plane which I own. I bought. It wasn't sponsored. I bought it with my own money. I like the plane. I always wanted to have the plane. It is a dog in VR. It's better now with VR6, but the plane itself, like sometimes when you load it, it doesn't have a floor. Sometimes when you load it, it doesn't have any instruments. And this developer maintains that it doesn't have any problems and it works in VR. So, and I'm willing to help these people, like do some testing and stuff and give them feedback. But if they're going to have that kind of attitude, then I really don't, not going to put any time into it. So, yeah, you always agree with you. Thank the good ones, because they're giving you value for your dollar. You're $35 to buy a plane. They're giving you value, right? And it sort of goes along with X-Plane 11, right? X-Plane 11 was at $60. Is it $60 or $50? I can't remember what it is. Think about the value you get for that $60. I think we've talked about this before, Crash, right? Oh, I agree with you. I'm B2. It is still in release, but what I'm talking about is offering constructive feedback so that this developer can improve their plane so that it can be, work well with VR. Not to say that they have to or they don't, and the attitude back is kind of like dismissive, so it kind of turns you off. That's all I'm saying. You just picked up 102 FBO, IO2 FBO, 102 FBO for $400K. Okay. Yeah, a lot of tickets are too pricey. Way too pricey. I don't know, it seems to me, and again, I don't want to rant about FSE, but it seems to me that the people that run FSE don't really have a solid... Do I want to say this? No, I'm not going to say it. They could have done that differently. Like I said, make it a $5,000 or $10,000 lottery ticket, and you have a chance to buy that FBO at a fair price. That's how they should have done it. FSC BODs are trash. Yeah. Let's just say it. In any event, they could refine the way they do that. And I hope they do. How long do we have? We got a long way. Oh, you know what? Maybe it's better if I put my map up here so we can see where the hell we are. Oh, not too bad. They banned you for 2 weeks because I made a Discord for FSC pilots to talk, and they didn't like that they couldn't control it? Really? Well, that's odd. I mean, I have, I have people talking FSC in my Discord, so does John Fly a lot. They have no control over what people talk in Discords. That's not right at all. If that's, they banned you for that, that's pretty excessive, if you ask me. So B2 said, I think FSC people probably created what they wanted and just settled for that. They never want to make it better, best, full scope. Right. Yeah, it's it's basically 12-year-old technology that really hasn't expanded, but we all still love it, right? Why do we still love it? Well, because it fills a need and it has evolved to the point where it's got enough interest level and enough nuances to keep everything interesting, you know. And as Crash said, it is free, but you know, I can't believe that they banned you because you talking about FSE on your Discord. That's ridiculous. So that means, like, because I have in my Discord, I've got channels where people are talking about our FSE group. Claim they use their airplane that's in their logo. Oh. Okay, so they were claiming that you use a picture that they use. Okay. Yeah, I don't know. It's just some of the things on FSC seem a little bit archaic, but we all still love it. You know, we all still enjoy it and use it, and we all have ideas on how to refine it. And I think a lot of those ideas are really good. The problem is that they're not really. I don't think they're really interested in what the user base thinks, and they don't have to be because we don't pay them anything, right? They could just say, okay, if you don't like it, go use somebody. You know, they have enough of a momentum, right? They have enough market grip, even if it's not even a market to them because it's a free service, right? But they have enough penetration, enough control over the interest level of that particular genre to say, you don't like it, go use somebody. Yeah, well, that's not very cool. And they could do that again because you're not a paying customer. And they've got thousands of other people using their system, and they don't care if they use it or not, you know? You have to wonder what the motivation is, what FAC's motivation is, you know? Because they, you know, is it just because the board likes to use it? I don't know, it's you know, it's odd that they don't even have a donation button, you know? But in any event, it's an interesting anomaly because, you know, we all love it. We all enjoy using it, you know? And we love FSC, we love FSC, la la la, we love FSC. John Fly has taken the non-abrasive, non-confrontational route. La 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 la, we love FSC. Yeah. Yeah, I haven't looked at Air Hauler at all. I looked at SimBuddy, and I just gotta be honest with you, I wasn't really too impressed with SimBuddy. I'm surprised that someone hasn't taken FSC and made it into a service because I don't know about you guys, but I think, I mean, listen, they would have significant drop off if they started charging, but I would bet you that 30 to 40% of the users would pay a reasonable amount, $5 a month, $7 a month, something like that. I think that they could charge that. So Air Hauler doesn't support X-Plane? Yeah, I was looking at SimBuddy. I don't know. Maybe they just need to evolve it. Exactly. The 30% that would pay, if improvements were made, they would continue to pay. Right. But once they started paying, you better improve it, right? Or, now you're going to be, in competition with other systems that are paying or that are charging like somebody. Dan, that looks nice and smooth today. Yeah, at the risk of frame rate gawking, if you will, because I'm trying to get away from frame rate gawking. Here's our nice turn there. When I was outside the plane, looking at this plane to start up, I was getting 60 frames per second. And I think I'm getting, let me just see what I'm getting now. I'm getting 30 to 45 frames per second. And I've got the window open. So if I close that window, it's just went up. I don't think it's open source, Dirts. I don't think their code is open source. Unless you're telling me that you can get at it by looking at source in a browser. I'm sure they've got back-end database code and stuff that, you can't get to through the browser. Let's see. So, John Fly, I have two hopes for FSC in the short term. Give me a TBM 900 and delete all non-existent airport. Oh, yeah. Please do that. Please do that. Well, they're not going to do that because they maintain this FS9, Flight Simulator 9 compatibility, which has all those non-existent airports in it, I believe. And that's why they're still in there. So why don't they have TB900 support? Is that because it doesn't, there hasn't been 500, is it 50? I think there's a number like they have to have 50 planes sold or in operation before they'll add it to FSEconomy, which is completely ridiculous when you think about it. Okay? I mean, come on. If a developer develops a plane, you should put it in FSE. Who cares if there's 50 of them in existence or not in real life? You kidding me? That's ridiculous. Yeah, they are. John Fly, because they just had a new release of the client, 1.92, and, oh, no, so that was for X-Plane 9. That was for X-Plane 9 users. Apparently, X-Plane 9 users weren't able to use the new client. So, yes, I believe they have FS9 people really still flying. So, my question was, why don't they have a Cirrus, the jet, whatever, Division jet? Well, the answer is because Cirrus hasn't made enough of them in real life yet. Well, that's ridiculous. FSEconomy isn't real life. It's make believe. So why not add the plane so that people can enjoy it in FSEconomy? It makes no sense to me. Now, why do you agree with the 50 rule? I don't agree with the 50 rule. I don't agree with it. I just don't agree with that rule. I mean, I think it should be in production. If the plane is in production, they should be willing to put it in FSE. Robo, how you doing? Thanks for joining the stream and the chat. Doing a little bit of Monday afternoon flying here in Hawaii. Where are we now? Are we near Molokai? Lanai to our right, and Molokai to our left, and Maui right in front. I've actually been to that island right over there on my honeymoon. Beautiful place. Spent 2 weeks there and didn't want to come back. My wife and I actually seriously, probably the second week we were there, sitting on the beach at night looking at the stars as they reflected in the water. They're so bright that you could see the reflection of the stars in the water. Trying to figure out a way we could sell everything and just stay. And we were serious about it. But we decided to come back to the grind, the East Coast grind. And sometimes I think about that and say to myself, that might have been a good decision, but in any event. Catch up with chat here. Yeah, well, the thing is, it's work for them to go through and figure out which databases, which airports are not, and I think it's a lot of manual process, right? No, I don't know any words in French, Simsy Cat. Sorry about that. I only speak English. Inglés. A little Italian, but only the bad words. You forgot to post in your Discord. No, it's posted in there. It's in the lobby, I think. It's supposed to post automatically, Robo. Yeah, like I said, I do speak Italian, but only the bad words. Having a little bit of a scenery change here. You get that little stutter when you change scenery. How are we doing on gas? Good. Check our engines here. All right, fuel flow is good. We got 700, almost 800 miles in range, which is nice. Everything looking toasty. So yeah, so we all have great ideas for FSEconomy. Unfortunately, none of them are ever going to get implemented. I tell you, if you don't have Ortho 4XP, you should at least do it for Hawaii. I did Hawaii in all zoom level 18, and it's pretty amazing when you fly close to the islands how detailed it is. It looks, especially in VR, it looks amazing, really cool. Let's see. Try to say please, bonsoir. Bonsoir, bonsoir. Comment, allez-vous? Bonsoir, comment, allez-vous? I thought it was s'il vous plaît, is please. Isn't s'il vous plaît, please? I knew that. Let's see. John Fly says a new FSC would not be a profitable venture. It would only be a labor of love. $2,700 for actors. Let's say 33% of 5. Yeah, I totally agree. It's not. It's not going to make you any money. It's not going to make you any money. So, it is what it is, man. It is what it is, as they always say. Yeah, if I win the Powerball, actually Mega Millions was at 310. Powerball's at 4 something, right? 400 million. I win the Powerball, then we'll hire a team of programmers and we'll develop the FSC the way we want it. Okay? I'll put $1 million into it and we could do it. All right? I'll pledge that right now. If I win the Powerball or I win the Mega Millions, I will pledge to do that. No, they don't want help with it, Robo. They do it on their own. They don't really accept any. They don't accept people to help them do it. They just their MO is basically to develop it as they like, pretty much. Is it a game with the reality time? So you're talking about, are you talking about this flight simulator? So I'm flying X-Plane 11. It's a flight simulator called X-Plane 11, and it's a version of X-Plane 11 that allows me to fly in virtual reality. Okay, it's a beta version of F-Plane 11, and I'm using the Oculus Rift CV1 to basically fly in virtual reality. You guys don't see it; you see it in 2D, but to me, everything in this cockpit looks like I could reach out and touch it. And when I look outside the wing, I get a full sense that I'm 2,000 feet in the air above the ocean, and that all those mountains and hills there are all three-dimensional and have texture to them, as if I could touch them. So that's basically what's going on here, Simsy. Eager to want to feed my kids. Have a staff of 10 coders who would do the same. But again, if I win the Powerball or the Mega Millions, I'm going to fund it. I'm going to fund the new, we'll call it the VR, I don't know, we'll figure out a name. I'm not going to come up with a name now, but, and all the cool stuff that we want in FSE, we'll do. And we'll truly make it open source so that people can add to it. That might be cool too. Coders are a dime a dozen. You want software engineers. Yeah, I agree with you. There is a difference. What am I using for VR? This is Oculus Rift CV1. Pilot Life was the best name we could think of. Okay. Hey, Dirks, thanks for hanging out, man. Appreciate it. Always good to chat with you. And maybe if you, in your spare time, you want to fly a couple of flights for VR Aviation, we're always willing to keep your status with our group. So, anyway, I'm just kidding. Have a good evening, man. Take care. All right, so we're just about to finish our, there's the Valley of Maui. Over there is where the main airport is. Tipping our wing to the right here. You got something in mind? Okay. I tell you what I'm looking forward to is, are they semi-clothed women? I'm looking forward to Honeycomb's yoke release. It's supposed to happen in March, right? It's supposed to happen by the end of Q1. I'm really hoping that they release the yoke and the quadrant, because for me, the yoke won't do me much good without the quadrant, because I'm using the CH Products, which has a throttle quadrant built in, as cheap and little crappy as it is. So unless I have both units, I'm not going to be able, it's going to be kind of like, you know, incomplete. So I'm hoping that they release both of them. We shall see. Time travel. Yeah. Yeah, right. Exactly. VR women have a lower rejection. There is by the way, there is a VR dating app game. I saw the fringe of it. I didn't look into it, but apparently there's a dating game now for VR. Like you date a virtual woman, or I guess dude, if you know, if you're a woman, or if you're inclined to date dudes. You know, I saw it somewhere. I think it's a Japanese company, software company that developed it. I also saw one that has a add-on device that, let me see, what's the best way to put this? This add-on device is actually provides physical stimulation while you're in this adult rated world in VR, which is pretty amazing. There's a how to pick up women VR game. Yeah, all for research purposes, right? But there was actually, I saw a video of this machine, this device being used. It's a USB device, probably really expensive. And it was like, are you kidding me? It seems like the Japanese are the ones that come up with these things first. These erotic machinery devices. Yeah, right now. I just went through. I went through Maui and its two sister islands. That's Lanai right there. I actually went scuba diving off Lanai when I was in Maui. But yeah, so we just passed through Maui and Lanai. You want Jet A to vibrate your chair. There's a company that's got that. GameX, I think it's called, or Game Tricks, or something like that. It's a USB pad that you put on your chair, and it's basically got like 6 or 7 motors in it. You golfed at Lanai? Cool. I golfed at Kapalua when we were there. I'll never forget it. I didn't bring any golf stuff with me. It was my honeymoon, so you can't bring golf stuff. But my wife was kind enough to say, go ahead, you're here. You want to go play Kapalua. At the time, Hale Irwin, remember, you guys know who Hale Irwin is? John Fly probably does. He played out of Kapalua, if you remember. He always wore the Kapalua shirts. So I was always intrigued with Kapalua. And here I'm at Kapalua. I'm like, I got to play Kapalua. So I walked up there, and I said, I want to play. They said, okay, where's your bag? I don't have a bag. Okay, rent a bag. And this is a while ago. You know, this is quite some time ago. It ended up costing me like $600 to play a round of golf at Kapalua. Because I had to rent clubs. You couldn't go on the course. I had to rent shoes I couldn't wear. I didn't have my golf shoes with me, so I had to rent shoes. And they had all this stuff for people to rent, but they really hammered you. You played Kapalua as well. Yeah, I didn't play there when the whales were jumping. You must have gone like in the fall. We were there in the summer, like in the late summer. But yeah, the humpbacks go actually where we're flying now is where actually I think on the other side of the island maybe. No, this side of the island, yeah, is where the humpbacks will be. Between Molokai, Lanai, and Maui is where you see the humpbacks. They come here to spawn. It really is a beautiful place, and I'm hoping someday to go back there. Well, yeah, but new clubs would have cost me. It would have been like twice as much. Yeah, no, they didn't make me rent pants. I had nice shorts I could wear. I had a golf shirt and I had shorts, but I had to rent everything else. And I remember it being like $500 or $600, which was a lot of money back, to me back then. So, but anyway, I got to play on Kapalua. I think I actually only played 9 holes, if I remember correctly. Yeah, Red Harley. I was happy to see Tiger in the zone this weekend. I really was. He's definitely slowed his swing down. You could see that. He doesn't have the same torque in his back. I'm sure he can't, right? The one thing that was interesting that I picked up on was Nota Begay, who is a commentator for NBC, but also played golf with Tiger at Stanford. And Nota Begay had he had a short career on the PGA Tour. I don't know if he ever won anything, but he kind of rode Tiger's coattails a little bit. But in any event, he's very close friends with Tiger, and he was saying that for the year that Tiger was recovering from the back surgeries, the only thing he could do was chip and putt. And he has at his home in Jupiter, he's got 4 putting greens in his backyard that all have different configurations based upon different courses. Like I'm sure he's got one that's sort of like Augusta trimmed. He's got one he has one that's trimmed similar to Innsbruck. And he said that's probably why he feels so at home, because all the time that he was recovering, he just was out there chipping and putting and, basically doing the Phil Mickelson, around the green stuff. Like if you guys know anything about Phil Mickelson, when he was coming up, his father built him a practice green in his backyard, and that's how he got so great out of the sand and great around the greens and stuff. 2-iron, yeah, exactly. The 2-iron, he fucking whales that. Excuse me, he whales that thing. Sorry, I didn't mean to say that word. I don't like to say that word on stream. My apologies, but I get kind of excited when I see him play. He's a solid. I love watching him play. I really do. He's a miserable bugger, but a good player. Yeah, I'm sure he's not. He may have changed a little bit. He used to not be very crowd friendly, they say, but I would bet you that he's kind of mellowed a little bit, my guess. But it was fun to see him. And last week Phil was in it. Sergio was in it. Jim Furyk was in it. This week he was in a little bit in contention. So it's fun to see these the older, well, they're older players now, but to me they're still kids. It was fun to watch those guys in it, and it's hard for me to believe that Tiger's 42 years old, man. Yeah, I believe, yes, it is a Ryder Cup year, because last year was the President's Cup. They played it at Liberty National, which I know where that is. When do we have a VR Aviation versus Snack Air golf competition? We should do it online, because we could get in VR and we can play there's what's it called? The Golf Club VR. It's actually a pretty good VR game. We can get on there and we could play virtual golf. That's what we could do. So everybody get a Oculus Rift or a Vive, and we can have a virtual tournament. We'll figure out how we could do a scramble versus Snack Air versus VR Aviation in virtual golf. We could do that. That'd be fun. To get a group of sim pilots to compete on DraftKings golf. Oh, I'm into that. I'd be into that. I'd definitely be into that. For the majors, though, right? For the majors. Yeah, it's Golf Club VR, right. Golf Club VR. It's supposed to be really good. I actually got a free copy of that. Developer sent me a copy of that. And to be honest with you, I've never tried it. So I'm going to try it and see how good it is. And maybe we could have a virtual golf tournament. Yeah, for the Masters. That'd be great. That'd be awesome, John Fly. I'm down with that. I got to put some money in my DraftKings account, but so I do DraftKings for baseball a little bit here and there. But what I found out about DraftKings is that you have to really focus, especially baseball. You've got to be committed to spending your time. Put your time in to do your research. Otherwise, you got no shot, because there are pros that are doing that DraftKings for a living, And if you're not taking all that information into consideration when you're picking your team, you're picking your players, you don't have much of a shot. So you got to, that's the thing. But I have done golf before in there for sure, and I'd love to do that. It'd be pretty cool. Yeah, baseball's a lot of research. That's why I did a little bit of it last year, and it takes a lot of time. Golf's a little easier. Football's a lot of research too. So Golf club VR is worth testing all the golf club length, stiffness, etc. A big difference in your consistency. All right, I'm going to check it out because, like I said, I've got a free copy of it. And it might be kind of cool to do, you know. Jarrett, you just wire money to Vegas for friends to throw down your bets. Masters should be interesting this year. I mean, it's only what, 2 weeks away? Is it 2 weeks away? Tiger, Phil, Sergio, all playing pretty well, all like showing leaderboard, leaderboard showings at pretty tough tournaments. Might be kind of interesting this year, you know. All right, let me see where the hell I am here, because I think I got to land soon. Yep. All right, we're going to assume CTAF. Let me see what we got here. Let me get my altitude 1,500.
Altitude 1,500 feet.
Let me lower my speed here a little bit. And we're going to go down. April 5th. Yeah, it's East. Is it Easter weekend? Oh, crap. That's the problem with VR right there. If you hit that joystick button, it catapults you out of the plane. Teleports you. I say catapult, but it teleports you out of the plane. You have to fix that. All right, where's my runway? There it is. Do I get motion sickness in VR? No, sir. Only one time I got motion sickness, and that was when I was playing Project Cars. I've got a wheel and stuff. I was playing Project Cars, the first version, and they have a kart racing thing. And because the movements were so quick and the frame rates, see, with VR, you've got to maintain 90 frames per second in the headset. Otherwise, you start to get sim sickness. If you go below 80, most people can handle like around 80, but if you go below that, it gets pretty bad. I'm going to take it off autopilot here. Let me do my gump here. So gas is good. We're on both tanks. Undercarriage is still up. I'll put that down. Mixture's in. Prop is in. What is S for? Seatbelt? I don't know. Yeah, so as far as VR sickness goes, that's the only time I got it. And that was because there was a lot of very, very quick movements and the frame rates went below 90 frames. Oh, there was one other time. There was a game called, it was like a space game where you have 6 degrees of freedom. And the frame rates were awful. They were like, and I was getting very bad judder when I was first involved with VR. And I got not sick, but I got nauseous. Never gotten actually physically sick. But the thing is that, wait, is that my airport there? Oh, I'm going to have to go into a pattern here. The thing about VR is you kind of develop VR calluses. So, I mean, I've spent hundreds and hundreds of hours in VR. So, like, even when X-Plane VR first came, a couple of releases were coming out and it was really juddery, I didn't have any issues. So, there are some remedies if you do get VR sickness. One of the things is get yourself a little fan, like a USB fan. You put it on low and you have it blowing at you, and that tends to help you reduce here. There's our runway. That's the nice thing about VR, right? VR. So I'm basically lining up my runway. We're midfield right there. I can see exactly where I am. I guess let me set my heading bug. Where's my heading bug? Heading. Okay. So now. go out here. We'll do our base turn. And we will land, hopefully, safely at Apulu Airport. Finish our Hawaiian trip in the M20R Ovation 3. All right, we're going to give ourselves a little bit of distance here. These faster planes, I like to have a little bit more of a stretch for landing. All right, let's do our base turn. Try to keep it coordinated with speed. You do lose speed when you're turning. That tells you how realistic this plane is. You lose that airspeed. There's our airfield right there. All right, we're gonna get the first notch of flaps in there. Here's our final. We're not very well lined up, but we'll be okay. Kind of overshot things a little bit. Get back on track
500.
here. Thank you. All right, gears down. So gas, undercarriage is down, mixture is in, prop is good, and we are on final. Flaps full. Get that trim up, get that nose up. I hope I remember to turn on FSEconomy. I don't have that plug-in that reminds you. I think I did. All right, 2 white, 2 orange. Everything's looking beautiful here. 83 knots. In the center line. Flare up. Throttle down. Back wheels. And the nose. A little bouncy, but okay. That's okay. We'll do a replay of that so we could check that one out. All right, we're going to stay on the runway here. Set parking brake.
Parking brakes set.
All right, let me just end FSEconomy. Hopefully, if I remember to start it. Yep, finish flight. We'll go over that in a second. All right, let me get back in here. And it'll take you through a replay. Let me just see here. Rewind it. All right, so this is cool. Watch. What I'm going to do is I'm going to go down on the ground. Okay, where's my runway? Go over here. This is cool. You guys are going to like this, okay? Give me 1 second to get situated properly here. All right, that should be good. So watch this. Ready? Ooh. Nice. Not bad. All right, let me see. Let's do this. Hold on. Pause that. Let me rewind that. All right, let me do this. Go over here. I want to go by the point where I landed, which is right about here. So let's try it again. Yeah, a little bounce, but not too bad. Got home safe. That's important. That's the important thing. All right, end replay. Let's get back in that cockpit. Make sure that parking brake set. Set parking brake. Set parking brake.
Parking brakes already set.
All right, cool. All right, let's check out how much moolah we made. Yeah, that's the livery that Coop made for us. Yep. Which was very nice of him. Okay, FSEconomy. Let's go to the log. So we had 2 flights here. First flight we did, let's see. No booking fee because we were under the 5 assignments. $900, $800, not too bad. And then the second, about the same. So not too bad, you know, small plane, few people, fun flight. Let's check out how we're doing, even though I know we've got spies from Snack Air. We'll take a look at our, quick look at the, where we are money-wise. So we're a little over 1.5 million in money. Take a look at the monthly statement. We've got the 2.5 million in assignment income and netting about almost $1 million, which is great. Happy with that. Good aircraft operation number from rentals and FBO operations, doing okay. We don't have a lot of FBOs, but we're doing okay there. And we're definitely making money this month, even though we bought a plane and bought an FBO. So we're spending some money and we're moving things along. The goal here is to save up for a big FBO, a 3-lotter, somewhere hopefully in the East Coast, and we'll be able to get that. So anyway, things are going well. Take a look at the log. Lots of flying today. Everyone, oh, look at P. Vander J. Haven't seen him around in a bit. Thanks for flying. Flyboy, Erasmus. This is SimPilot 13. Robo flying. Let's see, who else? Milo Sanks, Grasha, Sapper. Look at this one here. $154,000 in a Lockheed C-130. I think Sapper, holy crap. You know, I was wondering when I looked at the balance when I logged on today, it was way up. I'm like, what happened? Did someone give us a donation or something? Dude, $154,000? How did it come out of your pocket? What do you mean? What do you mean? What do you mean? Let's take a look at this. It was a donation. Why did you do that? How was this? You flew a flight. I don't understand. Create a flight for your new FBO. Oh, whoa, 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 whoa. Okay. Okay, gotcha. Well, thank you, Sapper. Sapper, dedicated to. Oh, you bought the Challenger? What did you pay for it? What'd you pay for the Challenger? He bent the rules. Okay, well, thank you for doing that. I appreciate that. It's always good to, you know, listen. We could use the money, and it'll help us to put our money back, to put our money into a large FBO like our goal is. So, yeah, I have a Challenger too. I love this. I love that Challenger. No, I haven't tried out the Hey, Woot TV TCV 15. How you doing? Thanks for joining the stream. Megaphone. I haven't tried your sound thing yet. I haven't had a chance to do that, but I'll definitely do it. I'm gonna probably fly the Challenger a little bit later this week. A little bit. I love that Challenger. It's fun to fly. I'm so glad I bought that plane. I'm trying to figure out what I'm gonna buy next. I'm not sure what I'm gonna buy next. Might buy another PC-12. I love the PC-12. Well, in any event, guys, I think that's going to call it a stream for me. I appreciate you guys checking out the stream. And let me get back to here. Outside this beautiful plane. There's that livery. Robo, I think you were asking to look at it. That's the livery. The VR Aviation livery. You can get this on AFM's website. They have a area where you can find all their extra liveries, and this is one of them that you can download. So thanks to those guys for putting this together for us. It's beautiful. It really is. Did a nice job. All right, guys. Well, listen, I appreciate you guys stopping by, and John Fly will look for that Masters tournament on DraftKings. Interested in checking that out. Hey, guys, I appreciate it. And you parking on the runway? Yeah, I'm the only guy in the world. So I'm the only guy in this world, so I can park on any runway that I want. Yeah, catch you soon, Jyfly. Amalo Sykes. Oh, there you go. Good to see you, man. Sapper, thank you very much for your donation. Appreciate that. Mikey, Megaphone, B2, Crasha, everybody. Thanks for checking out the stream. Red Harley, Robo. I'm sure I Crasha. I'm sure Jared. I'm sure I missed a few. B2. Thanks, guys, and we'll see you guys soon. Take care.